Trojan family, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we gotta talk about this recruiting class. Listen, I think a lot of people think that USC was lost in the sauce at the beginning of the recruiting period, or excuse me, of the recruiting day. Look, it looked like USC was getting ready to be all the way lost in the sauce. Now, let me say this that yesterday, when I finished before I went to sleep, I think USC was around number 8 in the country, number 18 in the country in the recruiting rankings. However, um, once everything kind of settled down, you started seeing a couple of more guys, which is Jarcavius Marks, Mississippi State running back. You seen him come into play. Then you seen his teammate come into play, Nichols. So you got a couple of guys that came in and looked like they boosted this class up. Both of those guys were starters. You guys know I brought a couple of videos yesterday in reference to those guys, but USC, I'm telling you guys this right now. Um, I went through the same thing last year because I noticed that some of the fans were making comments in reference to our class. They're looking at 3 stars, they're looking at 4 stars, they're looking at 5 stars. Let me get this straight first. We got to understand this. I'm not putting the stars at all into play as far as or dismissing the stars. I'm saying the stars matter. Stars do matter, but at the end of the day, USC absolutely has some great players, and we're going to take a look at some of these players. I want to talk about a couple of things as well that Lincoln Riley had to say. He addressed a couple of things, and it was incredible because we all know that NIL makes the world go round as it relates to college football. You guys know that, of course, the sudden Ryan Palum flip. We've been through this 3 different times, right? We've been through it with Josh Connolly, right? He went to Oregon. Last minute thing. We've been through it with Dakota Fields. I'll say 4 times, really. We've been through 5 times, probably. We've been through it with Roger Pleasant. We've been through it with now we've been through it with Ryan Palum, and I got one more. I can't remember who it is. It just slipped my mind. But Lincoln Riley made some important comments in reference to uh, NIL and what it means. And I want you guys to take a listen to something. And he said that USC cannot win championships without NIL. And I think he's really it's borderline, it seems and appears to be frustration. Now, let me get this straight. USC has one of the best NIL opportunities that you can have when you come to USC. But the key to it is once you get there, then those opportunities begin to come out and really being able to manifest. But USC doesn't want to just outright give you the money out front. They want you to be on campus. That's the difference. I mean, you're getting upfront money. Now I know that some guys are getting upfront money. I know it for a fact. I know some people that know some people, but USC won't do that. They won't do it the exact same way. But once you get on campus, you can now take advantage of NIL because it's going to be your name, image, and likeness. But Lincoln Riley said some things as far as name, image, and likeness goes, and I want you guys to take a listen. I want you guys to tell me what you think. Let's play this real quick. Listen to this.
6 months ago and 6 months from now, I think it's going to continue to climb. And as all Trojans, listen, we've all got to, we've all got to continue to invest in this. We've all got to continue to support it because it is a huge piece of this. And certainly, you're not going to be a national championship level program without it.
So Lincoln Riley, he really addressed this thing yesterday. I mean, he really, and we're gonna take a look at the class, but this is what a lot of people got to understand. We're not living in the same the same environment that we lived in years ago when recruiting was, you're battling against one another. You're battling against, who's the best recruiter, who's getting recruiter of the year. Yes, that's an aspect, that's a piece of it, that's a piece to it rather. But at the end of the day, now you have to have money to really, really, really go out and get these kids. It's been proven. You talked about, and then on the flip side, you got programs like Texas A&M who allegedly a lot of guys didn't get their money. A lot of, they might have been spent out. I don't know what the case was, but you had guys coming out speaking against it and speaking about it and what exactly happened. But I want to recap USC's class because they had an incredible class. But that was a piece to it the post. That was the post report that Lincoln Riley was talking about the NIL and what USC needs to do to win championships. As he stated, House of Victory is on their way. They're helping out. They're doing it. Conquest Collective, and I think the Tommy Group. You got those three groups that are actually absolutely addressing the NIL situation with USC. So I think it's good. So all those guys that signed yesterday are good. Now, let me give you a side note for those who didn't see, because last night rather, when we got ready to close this thing up, as far as some of the guys that had to finish making their commitment and signing, a lot of people were speculating about Isaiah Rubin. They've stated that Isaiah Rubin didn't actually sign, but he did. If you guys are connected with me on Instagram and Twitter, I actually put that stuff up. I put those things up. I put a lot of information up. That's why I tell you guys to connect with me on Instagram and Twitter, and that way you able to see some other things, because a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, not all the time, but when I post something on Instagram and Twitter, a lot of times that I come back with it, do parts of it within the video. So, but Isaiah Rubin, cornerback out of Los Alamitos, he did sign his letter of intent, and I put a video up. He was talking about, how excited he was. So for whatever reason, the press release did not come out for with Isaiah Rubin. So you didn't see that, but he is included in that. But when we look at this class, it's incredible. You're not going to see him on this one. Let's take a look at this real quick. Isaiah Rubin is not on there, but here it is. Here's some of the guys. You got big 6'6" offensive lineman Justin Tyona. I say his name wrong, but then you got one of my favorites, Marquise Gallegos, big time safety. It's go time with that kid as well. Then you have this big time 6'7" Kalogo Tioga. I say his name wrong, but then you got Joey Olsen, big time tight end out of the state of Oregon. I mean, you look at these guys, man, they're great. And then you got Heaton Trater. He's a big time player as well. So I think USC should be excited. He's 6'6", 300 pounds. Then you have a big Carlon Jones, big defensive tackle, 4-star. He was between USC and Ohio State. And USC was able to secure that commitment. And then you have you got that big boy right there. That is a big boy. That's Jay out of Abasari out of Minnesota, man. He's an absolute monster, man. 6'5", 6'6", 290-pound guy. Then you got Makai Siena, big time out of the state of Texas, offensive lineman. USC absolutely beefed it up this year as it relates to the offensive lineman. So, I mean, we got to give credit to where credit is due. Here's one of my favorites as well. Cameron Fountain, who's an absolute beast. He's a monster. His mom is the biggest cheerleader of the team. It's go time with her, man. She is absolutely enthused about this team right now. And then you got this guy right here. That's the guy right there, Braylon Conley. That's my guy right there. And then you got Desmond Stevens, a big time linebacker. So we got multiple guys. We got Jarvis Boatwright as well. So it is go time. Elijah Newby right there. You got a lot of guys that are involved with this team. And I'm telling you right now, it is absolute straight up just go time with this team right now. So, man, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. There are a lot of guys that USC fans should be excited about. I think that a lot of people are getting lost in the sauce. They're looking at the stars. And I think before it's said and done, USC is going to they're going to sign some more guys. It's not exactly over yet. And that's what I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to understand that USC still has an opportunity to compete and complete this class. And when you look at what happened last night as well, you saw last night Mississippi State running back, Mississippi State defensive back. USC has they're putting something together. And I want you guys to think about this as well. Think about what we did already in the transfer portal. Let's look at this real quick, because I was thinking about this and I said, man, I think we kind of stacked this thing up a little more than what we probably did last year. And it really is straight up go time. Real quick, I want to talk about some of the players from the state of California real quick that USC was absolutely able to capitalize on. The top players from the state of California as well. You hear a lot of people say that USC doesn't address that, but number 6 player in the state of California was Marcellus Williams. and USC was able to get him. Number 7 was Xavier Jordan. USC was able to get him as well. When we look at it here, let's see. And then number 25 and 26, you have Isaiah Rubin, and then you have Marquise Gallegos. So and then you got Justin, the big offensive lineman. He's number 38 overall in the state of California. And then you got number 50 in the state of California, Kailolo Taiuga, the big 6'7" offensive lineman. So USC did attack. They attacked the state of California. Was it just the state of California? Absolutely not, because I heard some say that USC was lost in the sauce for not attacking California, but they attacked California a little more than what I think they're giving credit for. They recruited some of these guys, but they didn't. Did they secure all the commitments? Absolutely not. So you gotta think about this, man. And I want to give you the team recruiters though from Super West Coast Sports, man. There is a team recruiting that they kind of deal with on a regular basis, and I got it down here somewhere. Let me see. Let's see here. I had it. Make sure it's not gone. But anyway, they got Oregon number 1, Super West Coast, and they got USC number 2. And USC's not done though. So we'll take a look at that if I can find it. I think I'm kind of lost in the sauce. But anyway, those are a couple of things that I wanted to share with you, man. I want you guys to hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think as far as USC and where they're at right now. You guys think it's just downhill with recruiting? I think it's uphill. I don't think we're lost in the sauce with what people think we are. I think we got an absolute decent recruiting class, and I think it's go time with them, man. Also, one note: Evan Stewart, big time wide receiver out of the state of Texas A&M. Is said to be an incredible guy. Put this out. It's said to be USC and Alabama that's supposed to be in the mix for him. So we could possibly hear something from him. We could possibly hear something from a couple of other guys. And Lincoln Riley said that we could take a couple of more high school guys, and we could take a couple of more transfer portal guys. So look, man, you guys can hit me in the comment section. You guys can tell me what you think. Listen, it's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Listen, don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. I'm out of here. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.